Hello Sudokans, and welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku Puzzle. It's Wednesday the 25th of January 2023. I'm back in Bangkok for people who just play this New York Times game. And I just wanted to mention something about, wondering about something. Do you ever feel a collective shame? A weird kind of thing. I've noticed when something I've always noticed since living in Thailand is that when one Thai person does something bad, especially if it's kind of internationally, the whole country tends to feel shame. They've often mentioned this kind of thing, that it's kind of you feel shamed for being Thai. I've always said this is a ridiculous thing. You should not do it, but of course people ought not to think in such terms. Individuals are individuals, and we know you can't take collective shame for one person's actions if you're not involved. But I wonder about that. Yesterday I was on the beach. Actually, it was on Monday I was on the beach. And there was a commotion. Now, something I've always... My position is that when you go to another country, you ought to be respectful and understand the laws, not only the laws, the norms of that country, the ways of doing things. Be respectful to the way people behave and the things that they do. You're in that country, you just need to be respectful for the way that they live. And one of the things in Thailand is that people should not be angry in public. It does happen, of course, it happens. Human behavior is human behavior, but it's really rare. It's something that you don't often see. And so there I was on the beach on Monday, and about, I don't know, 30 meters away or something, a commotion erupted. And this English guy, I know he was English because he had an English accent, so it's easy to tell, started shouting abuse, absolutely profane abuse, extremely foul language, incredibly foul language, and I know how to swear, but this was really disgusting. And what he was saying was, at first I thought it was a couple. Now, the other thing is that in Thailand, we tend not to get involved. The one reason that I think Thailand is such a great place is that people tend to live their own lives and they don't get involved in things that are not their business. It's a way of thinking. We have a saying here, like Changman, it's just like, it's their affair, it's his affair, it's her affair, something like that. We don't tend to get involved unless things get dangerous or something like that, in which case go beyond the point of no return. At first I thought this was a couple, a rowing couple, but then it seemed not, because the woman that this man was abusing was the woman who was looking after the deck chairs. I assume I'm related. The gist of it, what he was saying, was that she had slapped his child or something like that. I don't know, smacked him, or it was unclear. He said hit. I think very unlikely. There was a tiny little toddler running around, and he was going crazy, and he would not stop. He just kept on and on shouting at the top. I mean, really screaming so loudly. And he threatened to hit her as well. And I thought, oh my God, this is going to be bad. It's going to get violent or something, in which case, somebody's going to have to intervene. Hoping it's not me, but it could be at the worst point. The only time I've ever had a fight in my whole life was once intervening when a drunken alcoholic member of the Thai family was abusing his wife. And that's the only... And I was aged about 45. The first fight, I never had a fight when I was a kid, ever. Not once. I had to wait till I was about 45 to have my first ever fight in life. And anyway, but he did eventually kind of calm down. The woman looked highly embarrassed. She kind of was walking away. She was getting back to kind of work, clearing the tables and stuff like that. I have no idea what happened before, but it can't have been serious. I mean, the kid wasn't like crying or anything. He was just running around laughing. Obviously nothing serious had really taken place. And I absolutely do not condone hitting kids. I find it disgusting too, but not to the point of going insane. This man went insane for like 15 minutes or something like that. I thought he was going to explode. It was really disgusting, outrageous behavior, far in excess of anything justified. And like she was saying, she was going to call the police, and he was saying, oh, he was going to call the police. He knew police too. So the kid looked kind of Asian, so it's quite possible that he lived in Thailand. I mean, I don't know, but I'm making assumptions I shouldn't make. But anyway, it's a possibility. In which case, you should know that we don't do this kind of thing in public. It's a really disgusting thing. And eventually, she calmed down. But the thing that got me was that after this, he started filming. He got his telephone out and started filming her, like as she was working on the beach, and filming like people around or whatever. And of course, nobody had filmed him like acting like a lunatic as he had been before. And I have visions that afterwards he probably went to social. He was about 30 something, I suppose. I have visions of him going on social media, posting on whatever it is, like a Twitter or something like that. Like, this terrible woman hit my child, and like stuff like that, and don't ever talk to her. I could imagine the kind of nonsense that would be placed up there without really seeing the full context of what came before. I mean, I would never record somebody like shouting. It just is so the concept is so alien. I would never consider filming somebody in doing such things, and that kind of behavior. The thought of filming wouldn't enter my head, not at all. But when people see clips on social media and stuff like that, we often have to wonder what came before the filming started. What is it that caused this kind of behavior to appear? Like sometimes things are much different from what we might imagine because we don't know the full story. Okay, that's a long rant. Excuse me. Let's get on with the game, shall we? I've been looking at the grid. I forgot to look at the grid while I was chatting to you because I was trying to think about things that I was saying there unusually. So let's just go through it in numbered order, shall we, and find some easy way to begin. That'll do. 3 across, 3 down. Sounds like I'm doing a crossword. Stick a 3 there. Oh, hang on. 4, 5, 6. Isn't that a typical kind of New York Times thing? Before we go any further, 4, 5, 6 across here. Look at this, 4, 5, 6 across here. So these can't be 4, 5, 6. These squares can only contain 4, 5, and 6. Immediately we see the 6 blocking up there. Let's do the 6 there. And we know that these two squares contain only 4 or 5. Is that going to help? Let's see if we've got 4s. If we've got 5s. So it puts 5s over there. Okay, so we've got 5s in these squares. So 5 blocking across here and and down here. That's going to put 5 into that square. 5 down here. Gives me a 5 there. Okay, right. So I only got as far as the 4s. Okay, 5s I've just looked at already, so let's see with the 6s now. We got 6 in those squares. Okay, 6 blocks down here, right? So 6 in these two squares blocking up here. And that's going to put 6 into these squares here. We have 6 down, 6 up here, so we've got 6s in these squares like this. So in the middle section, we're only looking for 6 in this middle row. We've got a 6 blocking here. We know that 6 must go there. Seven is in these squares, isn't it? Because we had 4 and 5 here. Seven's up there. I thought I saw something else in here. I might be dreaming though. Maybe dreaming. Okay, not yet. 8s have to be over here. And 9 blocking down here, so 9 in one of these squares, right? Blocking across here, up here, so that's our 9. Should we go back to 1? So 1 in those squares now. Okay, look, we've got 1 and 4 missing from this row, so 4 blocks up here, so that's the 4, that's the 1. That's going to give us 1s in these squares. Anything else up there? 2, oh no, 2 across. 3 down here. 5. Okay, 4 down here and 4 across here. Here's a 4. Okay, I think that's probably enough for now. Right, let's do something else. I don't mean play another game. I mean, of course, try to find out what is possible. So can we do anything else with this 4, 5 up here? Shall we, for example, work out what can go in these these 4 squares, I should say. So we got 4, 5, 2, 8, and 6. So we are looking for 1. So there's possible up there and here. 3 is down here. 7 is... we have a pair of 1 and 7, don't we? 7 is this is 1 or 7 for sure, right? And 1 and 7 block these squares. This is 4 and 5, right, in those squares, so forget that. So 1 and 7 in this column can appear here. It can't appear here. It can't appear in this square here. So this is a pair of 1 and 7. Okay, that might help us. We've got 1 and 7 here. We've got 4 and 5 in those squares. So this square and this square, we are looking for 3 and 9. So we got the blocking 3 here. So that means that is 9 and that is 3. I hope. The 1 and 7 problem will just have to wait until a bit later, I guess. Right, let's examine this block here. So 4, 5, 6. We've got 6s limited. 5's up here. The 4's anywhere. What's happening down here? 2, 3, 6, 9. We've got 6, 9 over here, so that's 2, 3. 6 actually like this. 9. 2 we don't know about. That's not going anywhere. Ah, okay, so we said 8s are in those two squares. Oh no, that's not enough. Oh, I thought I'd seen something there. So this can't be an 8, of course, but I thought I'd seen 8s limited here, but no, not true, because an 8 is still possible in this square. I was going to place an 8 there, but it would be incorrect. That's a shame. I made a pretty good start at the beginning there. I don't think I'm going to go too much further without pencil marks, to be honest. Okay, I don't want the game to go on for too long. I realized yesterday how outrageously long and boring these games can be with no action happening. I guess you just kind of fast forward the video or something, but it's made me think whether I should really edit these videos or not. I mean, my view is that I try to give you a live game, but maybe I would be better just like playing the game and editing out the really long and boring parts and then just showing you the solution. I don't really want to do that. Partly because it involves editing work, which I can hardly be bothered to do, but also somehow I feel it feels slightly dishonest, even if I told you that it was an edited game. But it might be more efficient, I suppose. Okay, I'm going to go for pencil marks, I believe. Just hold on one slight second. No, I haven't seen. I thought I'd seen something. Okay, so let's get on and put in the pencil marks then. So this was 4, 5 up here, and 1s are in these squares, and sevens are in these squares and eights are in these squares. Sixes were here, and then down here we have, in terms of pairs, 2 somewhere down there, 4 here, and a pair of 9s there. Ones are a pair up here. 2s are somewhere in that section. 3s are down here. 6s were in these squares and these squares, I remember. Okay. Let's try doing it in a slightly better way now, if I can. Any more info on 1? Not sure. 2s, let's see. Okay, I think that's all I can see. So let's get on and fill in the rest of the candidates, because that's not enough information for me to finish off the grid. So I'm just going to do this middle shoot since we've got most of it filled in already. I'm just looking for 8s in this block here. So I know that 8s go in those squares, and that should be everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 'Tis indeed. Right, over here. 4s, we don't know about 4s. And the other missing number is 8, and we don't know about 8s. Okay, over here. 4s again are a problem, so they can go anywhere. And this time 5s appear in those squares there. And that's done. I don't think there's anything along here, is there? No. Okay, nothing much over there. Oh, I'm getting messages. Oh, nothing I have to answer. Right, now let's do this block here. Then I'll have like all of this fallen over T filled in. We have 1s blocking like this, so we get a 1 in those squares. 2, 3, 4 are done. 5 blocks across here, so 5s appear in those squares there. 7s block down here and across here, so we have a little shape of 7s there. 9 is done. How about the 8? 8 blocks down here and 8 blocks across here. So we get 4 possibilities for digit 8. Let's have a look at this column. Okay, nothing, I think. Right, let's go over here then. So 1 blocking like this. We get 1s in those squares. 2 blocking down here. So we get 2s. Like so. 3 blocks like this. 4, 5 like this. 6 is done. 7 blocks across here. Don't know up there. 8 blocks across here, and again we don't know up there really. And 9 is done. Right, let's fill in this this block here. We have 1s, we don't have 2s. What do we know about 2s? Not very much, I'm going to suggest. 2s go there. What do we know about 3s? 3 blocks this square here. 3 goes there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 blocks across here. So we get 9s in those squares. Let's hope we can find something here. I'm not picking out anything. So, looks like we're going all the way again, as is so often the case. We have 1s in those squares there. For me, anyway. Maybe not for you. You may be able to find this in a simpler fashion, and that's good for you. Well done. 3 blocks across here. 6. 7 is done, actually. Where's an 8? 8 blocks up the middle. 8 also blocks across here, so we get 8 in the 3 available corner squares, and 9 blocks up here, and 9 blocks across there. So that's the possible places for 9. Oh dear, I might have missed something there, but I'll come back once I've done all of the digits. We're going to get a single 3 here. That's 8. And look, the 9 blocks here. 9 blocks like this. Oh, come on. 9 up here, 9 across here. We get a pair of 9s there. So that has to be a 3. And it would be in the last block that I looked in, wouldn't it? It had to be. That's Sod's Law, the last place where you look. Okay. So that means we have to do some removals of digit 3. I'm getting an email. It's okay. Can ignore that. Right, let me see. 3s. So this is the only space where 3 can appear in this column now. So we can place the 3 there. And then, of course, the 3 must be in that square there, and that's going to give me a 2 there, excuse me. And so let's get rid of all of these 2s first of all, since I've got that selected. Now this 3, let's get rid of those 3s there. Let's have a look at that 2. Got to get rid of 2s, oops, along here. If I can, have to be careful to select the right mode on the computer. Okay, and now we've got a pair of 5 and 7 here, so this has to be 1. This will be 1 up here. This is our 8 then, and this is our 7. So get rid of the 7s down here, place a 7 here. We're left with a 5 there, with a 7 there. And we should get rid of the excess candidates up here. So, well, it is what it is, as some people like to say. Let's just see if anything else is takeawayable. There's a word I just coined which should never become a word. Yep, we've already got 5s here. So we'll get rid of the 5s here and we'll put the 4 there. 6 there, 5 there. 6 gives us a 3 over here with the 8 there and the 4 there. Get rid of the 4s. Get rid of the 4s up here. And this 4 means you can't be a 4, I'm afraid. Go away. Pair of 8 and 9 we've got. Can't have the 8, can't have the 1, must be a 2. And this will never become a 2. We do not have any completed digits just yet. How about that? This has to be a 1 now because we've got a 3 here already. So that'll be a 2. That puts a 2 into this square here. And the 2 blocking across here means this is a... Oh, excuse me. What happened there? Suddenly I clicked a W. I'm not even clicking numbers now. I'm actually clicking letters on the keyboard. How weird. Let's get rid of all of those 2s. Let's place a 9 here with an 8 here. And get rid of the 8. And this is the only place for a 3 now. And 7 finishes that block. Get rid of those 7s. Okay, 7, 8 a pair here. This can't be 8. It must be 1. And that leaves us with a 6 here. 3 is our first completed digit, by the way. We do have one now. 2 now joins it. 8 means 9 here, 8 there. Get rid of those 8s. We have a 9 here, so this would be our 6 with a 9 there. 6 puts 5 here, 6 there. 8 gives us 7 in that square, 8 in that square. And let's get rid of all of these 8s just to avoid confusion. And let's get rid of... Let's place a 7 here. I should say this is the only place where a 7 can go now. We've got 7s blocking up. And we have a 5, so this is a 1. Let's get rid of the 1s. And we have 7, so this is our 4 with a 9 up here. And we have 8 here, so this must be 5 with the 8 here. The 5 puts 4 there, and 5 to finish. Long game, excuse me for taking such a long time on that, but got there in the end. I had to fill in all the candidates, and the last place where I looked found the single, and if I'd started at the top, I might have found it quicker. Such is life. Bye-bye.